guys, Lacey Lee here. I know that most of you found me, or most of you are following me, because I spent 13 months living full-time in my travel trailer. But like many of you, some things have recently happened in life that are out of my control, and I've been pushed in a direction I never intended to go. I've been feeling lost, confused, angry, sad, frustrated. COVID-19 has really impacted everything. So the last few weeks I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I remembered that the main reason for telling my story and sharing what was going on in my life was because I realized that life is messy sometimes, and life is just like a road trip. No matter how much we plan, things happen that are out of our control, and we need to learn how to deal with it. So officially, this is no longer the story of a single woman living full-time in her travel trailer. This is now the story of a strong, independent woman who is going to be sharing some of my experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to talk about the things that are passionate in my life, like my dog, my health and fitness, and of course, any chance I get, I'll be sharing all of my adventures in Freya. She is my 2600 RB Grand Design Imagine travel trailer. Now, last week I shared with you the fact that my black tank got stuck. So if you would like, skip ahead on this video and I'll show you how I managed to fix it. If you do want to hear a little bit more of my personal life, more specifically the fact that I am dating, feel free to watch the video in the entirety. Thank you guys, as always, for your support. If you like today's video, don't forget to subscribe.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I am super frustrated with this valve tank thing, this stuck black and gray valve tank. I don't know what to do. I've Googled, I've YouTubed, I've asked a friend. I am struggling, and I know a lot of people are gonna comment on this because they seem to have an opinion on me as a woman and me, how I'm choosing to live in the RV. And I think a lot of you are forgetting that one of the reasons I'm putting this on YouTube, one of the reasons I've been telling my story is because I want to be real and authentic and honest and vulnerable. And a few of you have really attacked me for being that. But a lot more of you have thanked me for being honest, and I appreciate that. I'm struggling right now. And the thing is, the real struggle, if I'm being honest, is as a woman, I have grown up my whole life being told that I don't need a man. I can be strong and independent and do it on my own. And I've lived most of my life that way. But it makes relationships really hard when you date a guy that you don't need. What do you need to be in a relationship for? I know it's been the reason that I've ended up with some really crappy men, and I've had to take a look at myself and do some work the last 2 years. Being in my RV, being out on the road, I've really had to look at myself as a single woman and the kind of shitty guys I dated. And I know a lot of you understand this. I ended up dating a guy who hit me, and I stayed. And I've met so many women that have been hit over and over and continued to stay and gone back. And the constant question is why? I've really had to look at myself and think, why did I stay with a guy who hit me once? I should have left the first time, not wait until the second time. I don't know what that answer is, but thankfully I got out, I got away. But here I am, alone and single. And a lot of you have said to me that, like, go find a man, go get a man. I've had a lot of other people say, you don't need a man. But let's be honest, I'm a woman. And a woman by nature, I want to be soft and feminine. And the opposite of soft and feminine is strong and hard. And that's why men and women complement each other. That's why you have yin and yang and black and white. it was really, it's been hard for me because I want to be able to do this on my own. And the thing is, I did. Like, the truth of the matter is, I did it on my own. And I've proved to myself that I don't need a man. But here we are, almost 2 years later, and I don't have a man because I don't need one. But the empowering thing for me, the super empowering thing for me, is that now I am confidently in a place where I'm going to choose to have a man. I don't need one, but I want a partner. I want the yin to my yang, the masculine to my feminine. So I'm dating. I'm being very cautious and very careful, but I'm dating. I've met a couple of nice guys, a couple of not so nice guys, and today I did something that was actually kind of a challenge for me. I reached out and I asked one of them for help. Not just asking for help, but specifically said, you know what, this is a shitty thing. This is a hard thing. I need a guy. And that's okay. Yeah. So Troy is on his way to help me out, and I'm okay with that. Speaking of Troy, here he is, and I'm super grateful that he has come to my rescue today. Oh my God, I'm so happy you're here.
How you doing? How you doing? Hey.
Okay, Troy is here to save the day. Oh, like Superman.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe, hey? So let's see if we can figure this out.
Sounds good.
So
Yeah.
you did some research and found out this cable system, this is common.
Yes. So it's
Okay.
common on this type of so these are all cable driven. So there's a cable that goes up into where your holding tank is. Then there's a like an actual valve. Like it goes up and down or sideways, however it's mounted.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't see it in here, and I can't show you
Because it's inside.
It's inside the tank.
Yeah.
So there's two different things that can happen. Is that the rubber seals on I'm not gonna say it's a flapper. It's more of like a slide valve inside the tank and stuff can either swell if it's over time. However, this is too new of a vehicle. So what most common thing is that the cable itself inside the housing and stuff will bind because it's not unfortunately. So bind, like there's dissimilar metals, unfortunately. So when you get dissimilar metals together over time, wetness doesn't even have to be salt water. It has to be just like even just regular water can condensation.
Water is cancer for fucking
And so when that happens, it'll bind and stuff. It'll just create corrosion and stuff. It'll actually corrode inside the line. They're not that thick. Sorry, not that tight inside the cable.
Yeah.
So even inside the rubber jacket. But you'll see here, I'll just point to it here, is that inside this, you got your post.
Yeah.
That goes in here. That's why this whole thing is long.
Yeah.
So that's your metal post connected to the cable, which is now inside this rubber piece here. So it's likely the post inside here going inside this piece of aluminum. And you can tell.
So like when you mean post, you mean
this handle here is attached to the post, which is right here, and then that's going through this piece of aluminum through another piece of steel. So you got like 3 different types of metal right here, and you can tell this is aluminum because it's already starting to fade and discolor.
Okay.
So then it goes into the cable, which is in the rubber housing here. So it's not going to bind. It's not going to bind to the rubber. Stuff and so from all the posts that I've read,
it'll bind to another metal.
If we can get this to turn, then likely it's going to be it'll be basically the binding is right in here. That's why it's so difficult to try and almost impossible to try and pull out. So if we attach this, you want it to be relatively tight. So you want to be relatively tight like that. And now if I can get this to turn and
you're actually
breaking the bind. Yeah. So if I can get this to turn here, then I know the problem is right here, and then just a little bit of lubricating the stuff and a little bit of turning, I should be able to pull it out.
Troy already did the gray tank, and now he has explained to me what the problem was, and I'm going to attempt to unbind. I guess, would that be the term?
Yep.
Unbind this myself and see if I can do this on the black tank. So basically, oh,
Oops.
I don't know if I'm good for real. So the fact that I can move that,
Yeah.
is
That's
that
good.
enough?
Yeah, it did.
Like if I can do that, does
you-
that mean I should be able to pull it now? Okay, unfortunately, Troy, I feel like that's, thankfully, Troy managed to do the gray tank and I came along, well, he'd already opened it to test it. So there is gonna be some fucking shitty black water in here. And if you don't remember my video from last year, I got sprayed by black water and all over myself. I wasn't wearing gloves or proper shoes, so now I have my dirty camp shoes and my gloves on, but I know that there's gonna be nasty water coming out of here. So hopefully it's not gonna be too bad. I'm gonna be quick, and thank you, Troy, for helping me with this, but yeah, now I gotta deal with shit water, so. Oh, the joys of RVing. I'm kind of avoiding this because I know it's gonna be so gross. Now, I also want to say that Troy did offer to do this, and thank you for offering, but I'm gonna deal with this myself.
Just do it slow.
Do it slow? If I go slow, it's gonna leak out slow.
True. Okay.
I don't know, is that better?
Ready? One.
Oh man.
2.
Oh god. Crap.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Okay, that was actually not that bad. That wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, so now let's pull out the handle. Look it. Yeah. Oh, I never thought I'd be so happy to see water running out of my black tank, but I'm really happy. That's sad and weird. Sometimes you need to ask for help, and I really am okay admitting that as a woman, sometimes you need a man. I'm really okay with that. Thank God I got this fixed and I didn't have to pay a technician. And I learned something at the same time. Life is good, and I'm excited to get Freya back out on the road.